Hi, Bernard. Can you just give us a name and your company?
Sure. I'm Bernard Golden. I'm Vice President of Enterprise Solutions for enStratus Networks.
Great. Bernard, thanks for giving the presentation just now at the boot camp. What is your thoughts of enterprises being slow to adopt cloud computing and why?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're slow to adopt. What I'd say is that there's inconsistent adoption. Some parts of many enterprises are charging ahead with cloud adoption, while others are being more deliberate or even lagging behind. And so there's not a kind of this sector is adopting or it's all slow. What you find is oftentimes business units or certain kinds of groups that are doing like digital marketing, very aggressive in terms of cloud computing. There's other groups that are managing legacy applications or maybe focused on operations are typically not moving as aggressively. And so you get this kind of phenomenon of inconsistent adoption, which in a way can be even more challenging than being all one way or another.
Great. Good thoughts on that one. About the case study, you get a good case study on Autodesk.
Yeah.
How could you use that case study as an example for enterprises adopting cloud computing?
Sure. Well, Autodesk is quite interesting in that they have a lot of stuff they do internally. So they implemented a private cloud to manage their development efforts. So that would be kind of the equivalent of internal IT operations. And very aggressive, they needed to manage that efficiently. They had a very large resource pool shared among different product groups, but they need to be efficient around the way they use those resources. And oftentimes what would happen is one group would use resources and then not release them back. Mm-hmm. They had no way of monitoring what was being used, and so then the next group would come along and find that most of the resources were already taken or being used, even though they weren't being made active use of. They were running and they didn't have access to them. So they wanted a system that could manage that. By the same time, they had other parts of the company, business units, that had very aggressively moved forward to being SaaS providers that offered Autodesk services online. And they ended up with kind of what you might call a real sprawl. They had 50 different, or 150 different accounts. They didn't have good tracking. They didn't have cost assignment. They didn't have good user management, access controls, and so forth. And so they used our product to manage across all those environments, both internal and external, private and public. And so that was an example of a case study that I provided.
That was a very good case study. So what is your advice to enterprises looking to speed up cloud adoption? If you could really brief.
My recommendation would be find the use cases that are best served by cloud environments, or the kinds of applications that in the past you haven't been able to address very well because you had long process stuff, or you didn't have a very good ability to scale resources, and focus on those as being good cloud sort of lead applications, so forth, and get those and operate on those, because those are the ones where the biggest benefit is going to be. And that is probably where you'll see the best return, and that success will then provide the opportunity for you to go do additional stuff.
Excellent. Good advice, Bernard. Can you close with a brief background of your company and how can people find you and what's your Twitter ID?
Sure. Well, my Twitter ID is @BernardGolden, so very simple to find that. enStratus Networks is a cloud management software company. We provide the ability to manage, hybrid cloud environments like an Autodesk, public, private, so forth, even dissimilar technologies. So we're going to have Amazon, ours are public, but we're going to have, say, OpenStack or CloudStack internally. You can find us at enStratus.com, and we'd be delighted to talk to you.
Great. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you for presenting, and thank you for speaking to me.
Larry, thanks so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it.